What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the next wave of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse McFarlane Collection Edition figures. So in this wave, we've got Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. Now, we did get the Platinum version, one because it was easy for us to find, and didn't really care for the normal one, but this one looked pretty cool, and I feel goes more with what we have, so did want the Platinum edition for that. But then we also have Huntress, which looks cool, so we got like the new 52 version of Huntress, as well as Green Lantern, that comes with some different heads, so we have the heads on here. I don't know which person this is, like I don't know if it's Tomar or Tomar 2, but then we also get an Abin head, so very cool that we have that. But then also to go along with these, we do also have the Platinum editions of the other two figures. Now they were harder to find, but we were able to get them. So we have Huntress and like her first appearance sort of design, so that looks really cool. So nice to have that Huntress, as well as the Green Lantern. So we have this version that comes with two more heads. So we get the heads here with Green Man and then Arrakis Shamak or Barreer or whatever we want to make that character out to be. But we get that, so we can have four different versions of Green Lantern just with these two figures. So that is really cool. Of course, that's the hard one to find, but we were able to find one of those as well. So we got the figures to look at. Of course, we'll only take a look at one of each figures, and then I'll look at the other two, just like especially the Green Lantern with the additional heads and stuff, as along with Huntress. So we'll just look at those real quick, but review these versions. So very excited for all of these figures. So let me get them open out of the box, and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with the Dark Knight Returns Batman. Again, this is the Platinum Edition one. Didn't really care for the normal one just because he's in the normal blue and gray outfit, just with all the rips and tears on it as he's been in the fight with Superman and everything. So don't really care for that too much, but we really like the Platinum Edition just because it looks so cool here with the nice darker colors, has a lot of like shading and stuff. So we still get the gray and blue outfit, but of course it looks really dark, so the gray is really dark and has a wash all over it to make it even darker in places. I love how it's got like a blue tint to it, as well as the blue is really dark. So we do have like the lighter blue cape here, but again, still some darkness and shading there up on the shoulders. So love how it's got like the wear and tear sort of designs there. The dark shadings in the arms, the gloves that are really dark blue. Again, just in the really dark colors that match the underwear. We get the belt around the waist, so we get his utility belt, again in dark colors, but love the yellow on top of that. And then same with the boots, so the dark blue with the shading and highlights and everything on it. So it just looks really cool in this form. We just really like the look of this version, so wanted to get this one over the normal because we only really cared to get one version, so we figured we'd go with the Platinum one just because we think the look stands out a lot more. But of course, we've talked about the Dark Knight Returns before, but if you didn't know, it's in an alternate timeline where Bruce Wayne gave up the mantle of Batman following the death of Jason Todd, but now he returns at age 55 to fight crime from the mutant gang that has run rampant through Gotham City. And of course, more for this scene, importantly, we get where he fights Superman, so since he does come back, the US government sends Superman in to take care of Batman, so they have a fight. But looks good overall, so we get the nice, beefy, chunkier body that we've had before, and I'll show you that other figure we had. So it's just the exact same figure, just repainted to this version here. And then we get the unmasked face of Bruce Wayne here. So his older age, so you see his gray hair and everything there. Love how he has the dark paint around his eyes and just the old withered age of Bruce Wayne there. Looks really nice. So just a really nice version of the Dark Knight Returns. But moon-wise, we get that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far. So a little bit of moon back and forth, but not a whole lot as usual. Then the shoulders come up to 90. And it should have the butterfly, but it's kind of stuck and doesn't really do much. So pretty much nothing. And we'll rotate around. Then we get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist will twist all the way around and hinge on the ball joint wherever it is. There it is. So hinge back and forth there. And love this hand that came on it where he has the batarangs in his hands like claws. So that's pretty nice that he came with that. Then we get the ab crunch under the chest. So he should be able to crunch, but it feels like he's too big and bulky. He doesn't really use, so just a little back and forth it feels like, but it'll twist around there as well. And then of course at the waist he'll crunch back and forth a little and twist around there as well. Then we go down to the hips, so the hips will come up towards 90 there, not all the way, but pretty close to it, and out to the side. Now, he does have the thigh twist, so this was based, like I said, off the original figure that had the thigh twist and everything because it came with the horse that you could build, so he has to be able to sit on the horse and stuff, so they gave him some thigh twist there. Then down to the double knee joint, that'll bend up that far to the back, not too bad, but not anywhere near to kicking his butt. And then down to the ankle, that'll rock back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So same movements as all the other McFarlanes, of course, has the thigh twist, which is a little different, but going to be the exact same figure build design as the original Batman that we've done. But overall with this figure, the looks is what we care most about. Now accessory wise, since this is the McFarlane Collector Edition, he does come with some extra accessories. So first we get a masked head of Batman, which looks really nice. Love this cowled version, so love how it has the dark blue but has the light blue shading and everything. And of course, with one of the accessories it comes with, it'll mess with light, so it makes sense why it has all like the different shading designs and stuff. So very nice for this. Let's switch it out. So there's the masked version of Batman. So again, love the look of that. Just really nice. Just the shading and everything with this is what makes us like the figure so much. So it looks really nice for that. Then we get some hands. So first we get a set of fist hands. So if you want to have fists for punching, you can. Again, nice shading on with darker shadings and the lighter blues and stuff, as well as a set of grip hands. So always nice to have grips, especially to hold weapons and everything. So we get a set of grips as well, because he has like action hands. So he has the hand with the claws on it, and then it's just open hand there. So obviously we can pick and choose whatever we want for that. And for weapons, he comes with his bat grapple, so we get the batarang on the rope here, so we get that like he came with the last one as well, so we could put that into his hand if we wanted to. Of course, he comes with the base that will put him on, so I'll just keep him stable. So there we got that. And finally, he comes with a background accessory of a lamp. Now, of course, I can't really show it to you. Let's see if I can zoom out here. You can see some of it there. So we get this lamp as well, so nice green base here, but then yellow up top, so that's pretty nice. When he fights Superman, they're kind of around the base of a lamp, and I think he does stuff with kryptonite. I don't know if he like attaches it to lamp or what, but there is this additional piece on here, which could just be, for controlling the light and all that, but it does have that. So we have this so we can, sort of pose Batman up under the lamp there. So like I said, with that lamp sort of playing with lighting and stuff is why he's all shaded the way he is. So that could be kind of cool, just trying to recreate the panels from the comic book there. But as I said, we've already had this Batman before, so here is that original one. So it was the black and gray version, again came with that Build-A-Figure horse, so we had that before, but now we have this version in the blue and gray, which looks nice, like I said, especially with all the shading and everything and the light play. So that looks really cool. So like I said, that's why we wanted this one, just because it has a unique design and looks really cool with this version. So that's why we wanted to get the platinum one specifically. And of course, it comes with the card as well. So there's a picture of what the Batman was supposed to look like. So the gray and blue with all the rips and tears all over his costume, again for the McFarlane Collector Edition. And then we have the story on the back, which is just kind of generic, talking about Frank Miller writing The Dark Knight Returns. So very basic there, but if you want to read it, you can. But pretty cool to have this overall. Like I said, really like this design. The platinum looks really cool with all the nice colors with the dark grays and then the highlights and dark lights and shadows and everything. So just looks really cool and nice that it comes with the little lamp effect as well, that we can make like a display with it. So awesome to get the Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. Now next up we have Huntress, and this version specifically is the new 52 version, and trying to look up and find the difference between the two, because there's been two versions of Huntress. There's the Helena Wayne and Helena Bertinelli, so it's kind of confusing to get which one's which. Now I do believe the new 52 that appeared in this design was Helena Wayne, but Helena Wayne was also the original Huntress from Earth 2, and if the name sounds familiar, she's the daughter of Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle. Now she was the original Huntress, but got killed during the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and afterwards Huntress ended up returning, but now as Helena Bertinelli, and then she was that up until the new 52 where they brought back Helena Wayne, but then she disappeared again and it became Helena Bertinelli again. So very confusing with the differences there, but like I said, for the new 52 version, at least from what I could find, it is the Helena Wayne. So that's why we're going to make this version the Helena Wayne, and then we of course have the platinum version I'll also show you, and make that the Helena Bertinelli, at least just because that's sort of what their outfits go with. But obviously we would make either figure, either character I want, because it doesn't really matter, but looks good in the way it is here. Now Huntress is a character I've always really liked, but this figure I'm not a huge fan of, mostly because of the head, because the hair with it being in the action pose sort of blowing in the wind. I do have issues with over here, specifically on the side, because like where the hair starts to bend, it's really thick, so you can't really get it moved, and so it interferes with her body, so it makes her head sit at a weird angle. So like, especially if you look her straight on, her head's tilted to the side because of the hair. It's making her head tilt, so don't like that. So like, to get it to look even somewhat normal, you always have to pose her up, because if not, it'll look like she's there with her head all weird. But looks cool for Huntress with her outfit. So she's a member of the Bat family, so she's gonna have a lot of similarities to like Robin's and everything else. Just a girl that's an expert in martial arts, as well as stealth, investigation, criminology, and then for her specifically archery, because she uses a crossbow a lot. But she looks good in her mostly all black outfit, so we get the white almost like cross design there on her chest, so from her neck all the way down to the belt with the white cross across it. Then we get a lot of purple in this, or purples vary from like purplish pink to more purple like this version, but looks good with her headpiece. So we get the mask covering her eyes and even goes down around her chin and stuff with the big like wings coming up to the side, very similar to like Wolverine, with her black hair sort of there blowing in the wind behind it. She has a cape on in the back, which is, since this is a McFarlane Collector Edition, it is a fabric cape, so very nice. So we get the bendy wire there in the sides, not on the bottom though, but we get the mostly black cape with the white outline around it, so that's pretty nice. You can obviously get that posed up. Then we get the purple shoulder armor there, so it looks pretty nice with the little details on it. Then all black for the rest of the body. Purple belt around the waist, so with pockets, so like a utility belt for her as well. Again, with the black continuing down the legs with white lines as well, all the way to the purple boots. And of course, they gave her high heels, so it is pretty hard to get her to stand. Not as difficult as some characters are, but it is still not the easiest. But for movements, we'll get her head that'll twist around. So again, with the hair in the way, it's kind of hard, but you can get a twist there. You can maybe force it all the way around, and then she'll look down that far and then up just straight on there, so a little bit back and forth. Then we get the shoulders that will come up towards 90, not all the way because shoulder pads feel like they're attached on there, so only go that far. And again, should have the butterfly joint, but feels like it's stuck, so it doesn't really do anything, but it will rotate around within there. We get a bicep twist, which again feels stuck on here, but can twist around there, and the double elbow joint that'll bend up that far, so all the way up on itself. We get the wrist twist all the way around, and again, it's on the ball joint, so wherever it is, there it is, will hinge up and down for the hand. Then we get the ab crunch, so crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. And then at the waist, crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. Then we go down to the hips, that'll come up to 90, out to the side. Pretty much no thigh twist on her. The double knee joint, that'll bend up that far to the back, very close to kicking her butt. And down to the foot, that'll rock back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint, which of course it's so small, I don't think I'll even be able to get it to bend there. I can get it to move up a little, it looks like, but yeah, not much movement at all. It's so small of a toe joint, it's pretty much pointless. I don't know why I even included that. So otherwise, it's pretty much just the normal standard McFarlane female body, so nothing out of the ordinary, has pretty good range and all that. You know, some issues, especially with the hair and the shoulders and all that, but everything else moves just fine. But she also comes with a number of accessories. Now, the cool thing with this figure is that we do get face plates, so she comes with this face plate, but we can easily switch it out, so you just pull it out and it has a hole there, and we can switch it to other versions. So our first face plate looks almost exactly the same. There seems to be just like a little smile to it, but it seems, you know, like the wings on the side and stuff look relatively the same. So I guess if you just want to have her look a little bit happier, so here's the difference. So this one looks more stoic, but this one seems to have a little bit more of a smile to it or something. So not much different between the faces there at all. But then the other face we get does look more classic and different, so that's pretty nice. So we get this one that just has a much smaller mask, so that looks much different. I do really like that, just with it being much smaller. So again, not really sure which one go with which, you know, with time period and all that, but I do really like that design. I think it looks pretty nice on this figure, you know, with the much smaller mask there in the purple. So that looks really nice. So that's a nice face design. I may just leave that on for now. And then she comes with hands as well, so we get a set of fist hands, so she'll have grips on already, so we get a set of fists, and then we also get a set of open hands, just like sort of the open like magic hand. As I mentioned, she does use a crossbow a lot. That's like one of her things, so she comes with a crossbow. Of course, it's a McFarlane one, so it's really big and chunky, so kind of annoying how big that is, but we get this that we can put into her hand. So there we can kind of somewhat pose her up with that, but like I said, since it's just so thick, it looks really crazy there in her hand, like she's holding a giant gun. Of course, she also comes with the base we can put her on, so that'll help keep her standing, since she is a female, has the much thinner body and everything, so she does fall over, and those high heels don't help at all. So there we got all of Huntress there, and as I mentioned and showed, we do have the platinum version as well. So if this one, which it does look nice and classic, and like I said, to me this is how like Helena Bertinelli first appeared in the comics, is she was wearing this outfit with the dark blue and like more pinkish purple sort of color, and this is what she looked like. So like I said, that's why I feel this one is the Helena, but obviously you can, like I said, pick and choose, because Helena Wayne did wear an outfit just like this, just I feel it was much more skimpy though back when she first appeared, but it's pretty much the same colors and stuff. So like I said, you can just pick and choose whichever you want if you get both of them like we did, so we can have one represent one and one the other, but you can just pick and choose whichever you want between the two. But overall, I do really like the Huntress. I just wish her hair, like I said, was different, because it just looks awkward, like trying to pose her up in certain ways. It just looks awkward with her head design there, so you just gotta put it in certain positions for it to look somewhat normal. Unfortunately, And then we have her card here as well, which looks pretty nice. So there's a picture of her. So, outfit looks very similar to this overall. And then we get the back where it does say crossbow wielding urban warrior and a core member of the Birds of Prey. The Huntress takes aim against crimes in the dark heart of a city. Caught in the struggle between her rage and her role as a superhero, Huntress has come to represent the darker shades of gray in Gotham. And it does say Helena Bertinelli there, so there's what it's supposed to be represented there. So I guess that does clear it up with that card, which one is supposed to be which. But overall, nice to have Huntress, a nice addition to the collection. Like I said, a member of the Bat family, so awesome to have her added to that as well. And a nice representation, just wish the head could work out a little better. And finally, we have Green Lantern as it's labeled. Now with these, we do get different heads, and then of course we have the Platinum as well. So we have 4 heads in total for Green Lantern characters, which is awesome to help build out more of that Green Lantern core. So from this first set, it came with the heads of, I don't know if it's Tomar or Tomar 2. One's the father, one's the son. Tomar is the father, Tomar 2's the son. I believe Tomar 2, because of more modern day, I feel it'd go with that, because he's, the second generation, so it'd be the younger and one I think we see more in like modern comics. And he has the green domino mask on his head, so he's whatever the species is with the bird beak, the orange skin. Love how he has the pointy ears and the fin on top of his head with like the spikes with the webbing in between. Just looks really nice there. Now of course the heads are going to be the only thing that switch between these figures, then the bodies are going to be the same, at least for these. The Platinum do have a little bit different body design, but then we just get the base body of a Green Lantern with the green upper torso, black lower down and on the arms, white gloves, green boots. So all looks really nice there with the Green Lantern logo there on the chest, and it has the nice like sweater texture design we've been seeing more recently with the figures, so looks really nice. And of course the lantern ring there painted on the right hand, so just looks really cool overall. But like I said, with this, the biggest thing is that we just get the different heads that we can switch out, and he comes with a number of accessories too that I really like, so we'll have to look at those. But overall, like I said, the biggest thing with this is getting different lantern heads, and we can just put on any bodies we want and help build more out of that Green Lantern core. Now for movements, be the same. We've seen these figures before, so the head will twist all the way around, look down that far, look up that far, so pretty good movements there in the head for this. We get shoulders up to 90, again with the butterfly. This one actually has some movement, and we'll rotate around. Get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends that far all the way up on itself. We get the wrist that'll twist all the way around and has the hinge, so there it is, back and forth. Then we get the ab crunch, so up ab crunch, just a little back and forth and a little twisting as well, not very much. But then at the waist, we'll crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. Then we go down to the hips, that'll come up, forcing it there pretty close to 90, not all the way but close, and out to the side, pretty close to doing the splits. Just very little thigh twist there, and the double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back, not far from kicking his butt. And down to the foot, we'll rock back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So decent movements overall, with a body like this, don't have a lot of outfit and stuff getting in the way, so you get much better range with it. So nice overall for that. But like I said, we get the accessories for it, so we do get the additional heads. So we do get the head of Abin as well, so the original Green Lantern that was then passed on to Hal Jordan, becoming one of the major Green Lanterns. So nice to have Abin there with his nice pink colored head and stuff. Looks really nice overall. Now since this one is the basic body and one you can find a lot easier, it's nice that we can buy a bunch of these and put all these heads on it. So because that, we did buy multiple of this, so we do already have the Abin version, and went ahead and gave him one of the accessories as well. So we'll have that I'll show you in a second, so we can have Abin, so we'll bring him back when we bring in the others as well, but just want to show we already have that on a body. Then we get additional hands, so we get a set of flat palm hands, or flatter hands, I guess, if you want to have them flying through space or something, can have that. So we get one with the ring and one without it. We also get a ring hand that's just like a relaxed version, so if you just want to have it standing there instead of the fist form like that. And then we get a set of fist hands as well, so fist to match with the ring hand already, as well as a fist hand with one of the guardians. They're almost like a hologram sort of thing shooting out of the ring, so we have one of the guardians of the universe there. Looks really nice with that, so it's almost like a Star Wars, like clone trooper talking to Palpatine sort of thing, so pretty nice to have that. So that's an awesome one. So like I said, I went ahead and had that on the Abin just because I love that effect so much. Then we do get some additional hand effects, so we get another hand here that has a blast shooting out of it, so that looks cool. Let's put that on him. So there he's got that blast effect out, which looks really cool. Love that design. He also comes with a shield, so we get a Green Lantern shield with the Green Lantern logo on it there. A nice clip we can clip around the wrist. So there we can have our Green Lanterns in war now. And of course, finally, accessory comes with the Green Lantern itself. So obviously we can have him hold on to this to be able to charge their rings and everything. So nice to have that. We could put that into his hand as well. Of course, he also comes with a base we can put him on. So that'll keep him standing there, and then we'll go ahead and read the card before we get into the other lanterns. But there we have a nice picture with a lot of the lantern cores. Of course, nice one leaned there by Hal Jordan, so it looks pretty nice. We get some, our character there. So our Tomar or whatever that we have, we get this guy as well as our Platinum Edition. So just a lot of lanterns there for the Green Lantern Corps there. And then we get the back that says, "In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worships evil might beware my power. Green Lantern's light." Those are the words of the ancient oath that every member of the Green Lantern Corps, the most elite institution the universe has ever known, must speak aloud before doing their sacred duty and charging up their emerald power rings, the most powerful weapon in the universe. The members of this interpolice force come from every known sentient species in the cosmos, each a fearless warrior with indomitable willpower. So that's kind of just a generic story there for the Green Lanterns, sort of explaining their backgrounds and everything. So really cool, like I said, to get this, and like I showed, we already have the Abin version, so we just take those, and we got the Platinum version. So here we have the Platinum with this guy, which I'm not sure exactly what he is, because we've had two Green Lanterns of this species. So we've had Arrakis Chamuk, or at least that's how I'm going to say the name, I don't know how to say it otherwise, and Barreer Watt. So not sure which one's which, but like I said, he did appear in the picture there as one of the guys. I'm not sure which one's which, but there, like I said, there's been an older version and a newer version of the same species, so I'd say it's got to be one of those two with this. And then, of course, this Platinum version, of course, came with all the exact same accessories, but as you see, his body is different design. So it'd be nice to have more of these, just to have this sort of a design. But like I said, it's the Platinum, so much harder to get. So just getting one, we were lucky enough to do. So we're going to have more of these sort of bodies, because like I said, you can buy multiple of these much more easier. Now, this one also came with an additional head of Green Man. So we get Green Man here as well. Of course, his head looks pretty big on that body, so it looks a little awkward. But there we get at least 4 Green Lantern characters from these sets, obviously, if you get the Platinum as well as the normal. So we have that, and of course we can add them in with all their other Green Lantern members. So there we have our 4 other Green Lantern members of Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, and Kilowog to add in with the 4 we just got today. So like I said, really starting to build out that Green Lantern Corps. Of course, I have 3 of the Earth Sector characters, but still nice to have all of those to go along with our Green Lanterns. And like I said, we can pick and choose. We have all these bodies. If like we think a character looks more iconic or well-known, like in a certain suit, we could switch it out and everything. So like I said, we can easily pick and choose between the 2. Like I said, the only thing that's going to be hard to do is get this body, so that'll be more difficult, but otherwise they all look really cool there. Or we could just buy a whole bunch of this pack and just put every single Green Lantern in this bodysuit if we wanted as well, which would be awesome. But very nice to build out the Green Lantern Corps as much as we have so far. Well, that's going to be it for our DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector Edition figures, where we got the Dark Knight Returns of Batman again in the Platinum Edition, the new 52 version of Huntress, and it got the Platinum as well, and then our Green Lanterns with the heads of Abin and Tomar 2, and then we got the additional Platinum version with those 2 additional Green Lantern heads. So all are really cool, really like this, love this Batman, just because it's probably my favorite version of the Dark Knight Returns, just because like I said, I love all the colors and shadings and everything they did on that. Love that. Huntress is awesome as well. We can pick and choose, like I said, just wish that head worked out a little different. And the Green Lantern's awesome. Love all the effects and accessories, the heads, everything we can do with that. Just wish it was much easier to get this Platinum version, just so we can build out more of the army there. But let me know what you thought of all these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with that like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.